Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast. Today's episode is a little bit personal. It's about my journey of learning English. I wanted to talk about this for a long time because honestly, it's been such a big part of my life recently. If you're learning a language too, maybe you'll find something familiar here. The struggles, the progress, the small victories, and the moments when you just want to give up but somehow keep going. So let's start from the beginning. My English journey didn't start because of a random reason. I had a dream to become a flight attendant. And to reach that dream, I knew English was the key. At first, it sounded simple. I'll study and I'll learn. But I soon realized that learning a language isn't just about studying. It's about changing the way you think, speak, and even how you see the world. In the beginning, I was at an A2 level. I could understand some words, maybe short sentences, but speaking, that was hard. I remember how nervous I felt every time I tried to say something. My brain was full of thoughts, but my mouth couldn't keep up. Still, I didn't stop. I told myself every expert was once a beginner. Now I study English every day. I practice reading, writing, listening, and speaking, all of them. I watch English videos, listen to podcasts, read books, and talk to myself in English sometimes. I also take speaking lessons 3 times a week, and I spend about 1 hour a day studying on my own. Sometimes I read stories, sometimes grammar, sometimes I just write about my day like a journal. And you know what? It's starting to pay off. There are moments when I realize I just understood something without translating it in my head. Or when I write naturally in English without thinking too much. Those little moments are proof that I'm growing step by step. Listening used to be one of my biggest challenges. Native speakers talk so fast and they use slang, expressions, and accents that are hard to catch at first. I remember listening to English songs and thinking, are they even speaking English? But instead of giving up, I changed my strategy. I started listening to slower podcasts, then moved to normal speed ones. I watched series with English subtitles. Sometimes I listened to the same audio again and again until my ears started recognizing the patterns. And slowly, it worked. Now, even when I don't understand every word, I understand the meaning, the emotion, the message. It's a good reminder that progress isn't about perfection, it's about improvement. Speaking has always been the most difficult part for me. It's not because I don't know the words, it's because I'm afraid of making mistakes. That's something every language learner feels at some point, right? You want to sound natural, but your mind freezes, and you start doubting yourself. But over time, I realized something important. You can't improve if you don't speak. Now I try to speak even when I'm not confident. I talk to my teachers, I practice conversation about travel, work, and daily life. Sometimes I even talk to myself while walking, like practicing what I'd say if I were in an airport or on a plane. At first, it felt strange, but then it started to feel fun. Because speaking out loud helps you hear your own progress, literally. My pronunciation, my fluency, my confidence, all getting better, one word at a time. Grammar is not my favorite part, I'll be honest. It's hard sometimes with all the sentences, rules, and expectations. But I learned to see grammar as a tool, not a punishment. Instead of just memorizing rules, I try to use them in sentences. For example, when I learn a new tense, I write about my day using that tense. When I learn new words, I make 2 example sentences for each. That way, I don't forget. Vocabulary, on the other hand, is something I actually enjoy. I like learning new words, writing their meanings, and practicing their pronunciation. Sometimes I even repeat words out loud while cleaning or cooking. It feels like English is becoming a part of my daily life, not just a subject I study. Learning a language is not only about time, it's also about patience. Some days I feel amazing, I speak fluently, understand everything, and feel like I'm finally getting there. But other days I feel like I've forgotten everything. And that's okay, it's part of the process. Progress isn't a straight line, it goes up and down just like life. Whenever I feel tired or unmotivated, I remind myself why I started. I imagine myself in an airport helping passengers, speaking confidently in English, and traveling the world. That picture in my head keeps me going. And I realize something beautiful. Every small effort adds up. Even if it doesn't show right away, it matters. 10 minutes of studying today might become fluency next year. Right now, I study English for about 7 hours a day when I can. That includes everything: classes, listening, reading, and reviewing grammar. I try to make it fun by mixing different methods. For example, in the morning, I read a short story or article. In the afternoon, I watch a YouTube video in English. In the evening, I take my speaking class or review new vocabulary. I also keep my phone in English because it helps a lot. And when I don't feel like studying, I do something small, like listening to a song or watching a movie in English. Even that counts. The point is to keep English alive in my daily life. And let's be honest, it's not always easy. There are days when my brain feels tired, when I forget words I knew yesterday, or when I can't focus. Sometimes I ask myself, will I ever be fluent? But then I remember, every learner feels this way. No one wakes up fluent. It takes time, effort, and love for the process. When I feel stuck, I take a short break, drink some water, or listen to music. And then I start again. Because consistency is stronger than motivation. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. And learning English has changed not just my language, but also my confidence and mindset. I've learned to be patient, to trust the process, and to believe in myself more. It opens new doors. I can now understand songs, interviews, and movies in their original language. I can connect with people from different countries, and it feels amazing. English made the world feel smaller and friendlier. And the best part, it made me believe that I can learn anything if I really want to. Because if I can go from A2 to B1, then to B2 step by step, I can do anything. If you're learning English too, here's what I learned. Be consistent. Even 20 minutes a day is better than 3 hours once a week. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Speak out loud. Talk to yourself, your cat, your mirror. It works. Surround yourself with English. Music, books, YouTube, everything helps. Celebrate small wins. Understanding one sentence today means you're better than yesterday. And remember, no one becomes fluent overnight. It's not about being perfect. It's about being better than before. There were moments when I wanted to quit, when I thought maybe it was too hard, but every time I remembered my goal, I found strength again. Because learning English isn't just about language, it's about self discipline, hope, and believing in the future. And honestly, I've learned more than just grammar. I learned how to keep going even when it's tough, have to trust myself, have to enjoy small progress. So now when I look back, I'm proud. Not because I'm perfect, but because I didn't give up. So that's my English journey, full of ups and downs, but also full of hope and determination. I'm still learning, still improving, and still believing in myself. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is that I try. If you're on the same path, remember, you're not alone. We all start somewhere. Keep studying, keep dreaming, and one day you'll look back and realize how far you come. Thank you for listening and thank you for sharing this journey with me. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Until next time, keep learning, keep believing, and never give up. Because as long as you keep going, you're already winning.